Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs. For this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Sinister 6 Spider-Man figure. I want to point out right now, he's supposed to have this little webbing doohickey like strapped. I think it goes to his head and to his arms and his waist maybe. I never liked it. Unfortunately, I don't have it to show you. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I took it off and lost it a long time ago. But he does have it. I don't know how many people are fans of the webbing that feature that some of the figures had where it goes back there. I personally don't like it, so it's no big deal for me, but you can take it off if you want to, or if you do like it, it does come with the figure originally. This is largely a retooling of the Snapshot Spider-Man. He's got texture throughout, he's a little bit different, and he's got a different head, but he is, if you're familiar with Snapshot Spidey, he's very similar. I would bet that they just changed the mold or made a new mold based on the original rather than a brand new sculpt. Anyway, he stands just over 6 inches tall. This is some people's go-to Spider-Man figure. Some people don't like the bulbousness of him, but he is super articulated and he does have a really nice look to him. So he is one of my favorites. I love the head. I really like a lot about this guy. In terms of articulation, he's got a hinge in the neck at the bottom that swivels and hinges. He's got the hinge at the top of the neck as well, and that swivels. So he's got really all the articulation you could want in the neck. This guy looks like the joints starting to split a little bit, but I don't think it's too much to worry about. The webbing is all sculpted. The spider logo is sculpted on the front and on the back. This is from that time period where the paints weren't the best, but for some reason it still works. He's a little faded at the top too, but it's not super noticeable, so I can live with it. He's got this butterfly joint, a double butterfly joint, alright? So it swivels front to back, so that's pretty nice. It's got the lateral, let's call it the lateral butterfly joint, and the vertical butterfly joint. So I've never seen a figure with more articulation in that arm. Look at that. It does look goofy in some angles, but in other angles it looks really good, and it is really, really effective. So that's really an impressive joint, and I think you guys, if you don't have it, if you buy this figure, you will be equally impressed with that. Standard ball hinge for the shoulder on top of all of that. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, glove swivel, wrist swivel, whatever you want to call that. Wrist pivot, individually articulated fingers, so you can give him a thwip hand if you want to, or just do a standard fist, or whatever you want to do, so that's good. I'm sure a lot of you would just pose him flipping people off, but that's not my thing. He does have an ab crunch. The only bad thing about his ab crunch is it's a little bit low. I think if it was like up another abdominal muscle, that would have been good. But it still does work pretty darn well, and the sculpt and paints continue throughout, so it's not horrible. Waist swivel, T-jointed hips, pretty good range of motion, really good sculpting for the hip joints. Nice wrinkles throughout all of the suit, by the way. Double jointed knees. Shin swivel, mine's not moving. Maybe that's another one unglued, I don't know. Ankle pivot, really good range of motion. Toe pivot, pretty good. Ankle rocker, pretty good as well. So again, this is a go-to Spider-Man for a lot of people. I can't say that's a bad idea if you don't have another one. He's one of the cheaper ones since they're starting to climb in price, so you might want to look into it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.